Welcome to this channel. Welcome to these videos, which are mostly about the 4 phases and the Zhouyi, not so much about archery. But we'll get to archery. The first phase of the 4 phases is a hunting mechanism. Hunting mechanisms have to do certain things. You have to want something. That's why we're hunting for it. But as humans living in our societies, the most amount of hunting we do is going to the shops. So, for the majority of us, hunting is not an activity that we would associate with going to the shops or looking for something that we need, want, desire. And this brings us to the first meridian of the first phase. Meridians, for those of you who aren't familiar with them, are an energy pathway. What type of energy, I hear you ask? Well, bioelectric energy, and our bodies are made up of bioelectric energy. So there has to be ways of moving it around the body, but those pathways evolved to be able to manipulate the outer surface, the outer membrane of a single cell animal such as an amoeba. Because they didn't have muscles, they didn't have nervous system. It either had to be done biologically through chemicals or through energy. And as energy goes with all life, there's no energy in a rock, not in bioelectric energy anyway. So for something to be truly alive, it has to have bioelectric energy. So meridians evolved to be able to manipulate the outer membrane of the amoeba, to get it to be able to move around to go hunting. It had to be able to move. So amoebas generally move by stretching and then moving forward, a bit like a worm. But then there were other things that the single cell organism, which we evolved from, had to do. It had to make first contact with its prey, had to eat that prey, and then it had to create new life from it. In the case of the amoeba, dividing into 2 sister amoebas. Sorry guys, this is not sexist. But when life forms evolved to be more advanced and developed 2 sexes, it had to find a mate. They had to find each other, they had to want each other, they had to bond with each other. And this is what the hunting mechanism finds: a sexual partner, The second phase makes first contact, assesses whether what you've made contact with is safe. Third phase takes in the food, checks to see whether it's dangerous or not. Just get my arrows back. So the third phase assesses the risk of what's coming into your body, that it's also not just food, it's also information. We gain information from our senses, and the third phase is associated with shock. So any of our senses can remind us of a previous event, and it triggers, or can trigger, shock. Take us back to an event which was traumatic. The fourth phase is creativity. As I said, it generates new life, but also all the things we do which need us to take one thing and convert it into something else is creative. So in the situation of food, we create new cells. Movement. You might be a dancer, you might be a painter, but it's the fourth phase that provides the conversion of food into what you do. Gives you the energy to do what you want. So I said the first phase was a hunting mechanism. Cue picture. This picture I'll show you where the meridians run. Down the front of the body from here, down through the nipples, through the abdomen, out the side of the leg, down to the foot. Second one is here and runs over the top of the head, down the neck, down the back of the legs, to the outer aspect of the foot, big toe. Sorry, little toe. The third one, third meridian, starts here. It zigzags over your head, down the side of your neck, down here. Runs round your shoulder blade, comes across the torso, down the side of the leg, both legs. It's the same on both sides. All meridians are duplicated, both sides of the body. So the first meridian, stomach, ST on the drone, has to do with desire. The desire for food, so hunger. The desire for a sexual partner. And if you think this is a reach from food to sexual partner, we're talking about the reactions of an amoeba which have had to evolve with us. But because there are only 24 emotions divided into yin and yang, it means that those emotions have been applied as survival responses to an amoeba when first life began, or a single cell organism. And as we have evolved, they have come along with us to keep us alive. So it means every survival response we have as humans, advanced billions of years from the first single cell organism, still carry with us the survival responses of the very first cell which was created. I have no idea who created it, but I'm really glad about it. So this hunting mechanism firstly has to desire food, or whatever it is we desire, whatever it is we need. It's Romeo seeing Juliet. Juliet seeing Romeo. They are lost in their passion, their drive. Romeo doesn't sleep, doesn't eat. He's passionately in love with this, I don't know, 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl at the most. He's about 14, maybe 16. And he's gone completely nuts about it. This is not love, this is romantic love. It is lust, desire, need, must. And from that, the BL, bladder meridian, gives us drive. The energy to hunt. In the case of a predator, the ability to run. The gallbladder meridian is about direction. Where to go for food. Where to find it. Where to find a sexual partner. Where to find a new pair of shoes. So as life evolved and we eventually became mammals, billions of years later, we had to be able to run, and the hunting process may require us to chase our prey. So where these meridians lie, cue picture again, you will see that they are over the front of the body, the back of the body, the sides of the body. Another picture of animals running, humans running. What this shows us is that animals do a movement like this when they're running fast. Right, so there's tension in the front of the body, drawing it all forward, tension in the back of the body, drawing it back. The legs, the meridians run down the front of the legs and the back of the legs, so the legs are being pushed backwards and forwards. When it wants to change direction, the gallbladder pulls it from side to side. If you watch a natural history program where there's hawks, you could say they have a hunter's eye. It locks onto the prey and locks the head in place of the hawk. Its wings are flapping all over the place. Its body is jinking about, trying to keep the eyes glued to its prey. The same is true with a cheetah. Once it has started chasing, its head is held still, on line with its prey. It doesn't change. Its body is moving all over the place to keep it on line to its prey. This is a hunter's eyes. So in relation to archery, you could say we need to have hunter's eyes. We have to desire the target. We have to really, really want that target. Of course, if we were starving and this was our food, we'd certainly concentrate on putting an arrow in it, because otherwise we don't eat tonight. So we have to see the target as something we really, really want to get. And in that way, our mind gets sharper, maybe even our eyesight gets sharper. So we see any potential movement. It's like a cat sitting in front of a mouse hole. Its tail may be twitching, its body may be quivering, but its eyes are glued on the hole. Is that the mouse? Is that the mouse? So we need a hunter's eye. And that one went right in the middle. You don't have to believe us. So the meridians control where the head is, where our eyes are looking, controls the whole body, how it's moving in relation to keeping our sight on the object of desire, or prey. Of course, that prey has had to evolve from being just food to being our sexual partner, to being a pair of shoes, a nice car, house, clothing. All of it has had to become part of the hunting mechanism. Anything we want, need, desire, anything we lust after, all of it is part of the hunting mechanism.